Hi. Well, we don't always get what we ask for, do we? I mean, sometimes we get what God knows we need, but it's not necessarily the answer that we want. Sometimes the answer to our requests is a flat out no, and that can be a no from parents or from teachers or from friends. So we can actually hear the response, can't we? No, you can't borrow the car. No, you can't have an extension on your assignment. No, I don't want to hang out with you on the weekend. But when God says no, it isn't always that clear, is it? I mean, it might be a job that we're perfect for that we don't get. Or it might be a mark on an exam that we studied really hard for and we felt super confident, and then we get the paper back and it's not what we expected. Or it might be the end of a relationship that we thought was perfect. And then, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, we bump into that person again and go, wow, I am so glad that didn't go anywhere, because my perfect relationship certainly wouldn't have been perfect for long. I can assure you that as you get older, you'll start to look back on those things in your life that you thought were perfect for you and that you really wanted, and you can start to see God's hand closing certain doors to you. And you'll look back and think, whew, super glad that God was in charge of that decision and not me. I mean, maybe you've already had an experience like that. A time when you have wanted something so badly, but you didn't get it. And at the time, you couldn't understand. But now, with just a little bit of time and a little bit of distance, you're actually quite grateful that opportunity didn't happen. I mean, it might be a night out with friends that ended really badly. Or it might be that job that you wanted, that you realize what's important to that company really didn't align with your values. And you might have been asked to do something at work that you just don't feel comfortable with. Or maybe it's that person that you looked at from afar and went, wow, they're so cool. I wish we were friends. And then you start to see their behaviors in a pattern, and you realize that maybe if you had actually been friends, you would have gotten yourself into a little bit of trouble. So it's important to ask for what you want. I'm not saying to stop asking for what you want. But something to keep in mind is just because we want something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best for us. And while we're still living at home, we have to trust that our parents understand what's best for us, even when we can't see it. And as we get a little bit older, maybe we don't have our parents to look to for that kind of advice anymore, or maybe you do, which is wonderful. But we have God to look to. And we can always read in the Bible for some guidelines of what is best for us. So ask for what you want. But if you don't get it, don't assume that someone's trying to give you a hard time, or that they're trying to be difficult, or they're trying to make your life hard. It might be that in that moment, it isn't what you want, but what you need that has to be the choice.